Re re ga ma pa ma ga ma re sa. Re re ga ma pa ma ga ma re sa.
See, basically, I'm concerned about creating a new world that would be peopled by a new kind of human being with a global outlook and very concerned about the earth and very concerned about all that's going on the planet. So I thought the youth would be the best bet for this, and that I would be wasting much of my time if I were to be focusing on the adults. So hence this tremendous focus on the youth, so that they could emerge as new human beings, very different from whatever was there earlier. Basically, we want the youth to become less self-centered and to be very loving and to be very joyful. Not the kind of joy and love that we normally encounter. We are talking here about unconditional love and unconditional joy. Very happy people, because if there are happy people, it will be a happy world. There would be no more wars, there would be no more conflict, there would be no more destruction of the earth. So we are trying to make them into very happy youth. And for them to be happy, they should be free of the self. And to be free of the self is to be really enlightened. So we are trying to create enlightened youth. And these are people who are more like world citizens, you know. So they are not so much concerned about India or any particular religion, you know, though they care for those around them. But basically they're emerging as world citizens. So I believe that there should be a world where there are no national boundaries, where there are no racial boundaries, no religious boundaries, no boundaries of any sort. So I think these people would emerge like that. It's very much the same. Jaya and Venkatesh are only typical models of the kind of youth we are producing, and quite a lot of them were antisocial elements, but they've all now transformed now. So they are very concerned, they're very caring, they love their parents, they do a lot of social service. They become very different people. Earlier they were not that. So a great transformation has happened in their lives. This is happening because we are able to physically transform the brain, because we are all the time directly acting on the brain. It's a neurobiological transformation which can be verified back at the hospital. The brain does undergo a transformation. That's why we get these dramatic changes. They are permanent, they are irreversible, and they are so dramatic, and you can so visibly see that. That's why even the government has taken notice of this now. 90% of people change dramatically in 6 days. The remaining 10 days may have to come again for another course. The self is a concept. You are postulating a concept when you say there is a thinker, there is a listener, there is a hearer, there's a smeller, there's a toucher. There's nobody like that at all. That is your problem. You think you are there, there's somebody there, but there is in fact nobody there. But try as you might, you cannot end this existence. It has to happen. Somebody must make it happen. And we have said we will make it happen. We have done that for several thousand people. And we have now finally decided to give it to the youth also. But the time definitely will come, and this is not going to be just enlightenment for the few. Of course, few would make it much earlier, but it's going to be a jump for the whole of mankind. One jump. We have seen this happen in small villages, and it's happened very, very beautifully. Very, very ordinary people have simply become enlightened, just like that. A whole village becomes enlightened, and thereafter the whole dynamics changes. We have seen this happen. So there's no reason why it should not happen on a global level. And we have a definite timetable, and we are going according to the timetable. And I wish to tell you, we are slightly ahead of time now. We have worked with Indians, and in the Indian context, we have made use of Indian culture and Indian values, and we have achieved very good results. We have also had youth from America, and we have used American values with the American youth, and we have achieved equally good results. We have found no difference at all. The only thing is, the American youth went more for enlightenment straight away, while the Indian youth were happy with success and some kind of social work. The American youth were more demanding. They said nothing less than enlightenment would satisfy us. I think, in fact, this year there's going to be a program for the youth, I think.
Yes.
I think they are going to be done at very concessional rates, I think.
Yes.
And the ultimate idea is to train up Americans to conduct the programs themselves back in the US. If you were to really want to hear it from me, I would say the best thing is to de-school society, you know. I really cannot see the school doing a good job. So we must find out ways and means where people could learn without going to school. Because I believe school is a place which is actually destroying children. Because where do you go for the right kind of teachers? You need teachers who are enlightened, teachers who really care. That's the ultimate thing that matters really. And in the absence of that, the parents must do that job, which means the child must be protected from school. I think a lot of people have taken this advice from me. They have not sent their children to school, and they have produced very wonderful children. I think it does not address the person, you know. It addresses academics more than the human being, you know. The child is a human being which wants security, which wants love, which wants care. I think these are not really being attended to by the school, because the teacher himself is caught up in several personal problems. He doesn't love himself, he doesn't love his family. So where does he have the time to love the child? And the child has these needs. It has to be given attention, it has to be respected, it has to be cared for. And it gets none of these things at school. And the school strictly denies these things. And the entire focus is on academics. So much so the child's heart withers away. And the child who has lost its heart is no more a child. That's what is happening. I would basically start with the family, you know. I would like to work on American families, make them stronger. So though I would straight away work on the youth also, but my basic starting point would be the family. I would like to put more bond in the American families, make it more stable, make it more loving and caring, you know. I would like to start it that way, rather than merely addressing the youth, you know.
Yeah.
So wherever we have worked with the youth, these youths have gone back to America and brought their families here. And that's how we have achieved very good results. So we cannot really separate the family from the youth. We have to work together. Well, I would say you have to discover love in your life. Unconditional love. That would be my message. Because that's what the youth really want. They're not getting it from their parents, they're not getting it from their teachers, they're not getting it from society, you know. So I would say you have to discover that love. And through Diksha, they would discover that love.
I see. So you would advise a teenager to receive Diksha, to have more love in their
Yes.
life? Yes.
To just discover love. Not that they are beggars waiting to receive love, but those who could give love, you know.
To discover love within themselves.
Within themselves. And I have seen children receive that love from themselves and then give it to their parents, and the parents getting transformed. The children gave them love. It was the other way around, you know.
Yes.
So I have more hope in children than on the parents.
Thank you so much.